Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. It is 9 o'clock on a Sunday, and it's time for this slot is normally where I put a review show special up. And there is going to be a review coming up at some point in the future, but today I've got a very special video because we are going to be taking a first look at one of the most exciting products to hit the Magic community for a very long time. I'm actually lucky enough to have one of these. I don't think there's many in existence. I have played around with this. This is, look, the word game changer has been bandied around in this industry way too much, but I'm telling you right now, cliche alert, this is a game changer. If you're a magician or you're a mentalist, what we are going to be talking about in this video is something that's going to change your magic for the better. I guarantee it. And in this video, we're going to tell you exactly why. And I have two good friends of mine, two special guests on the channel with me today that are talking about this. I have Guillaume and Johan from Magic Dream in Paris, who have developed and created this incredible utility device. It's called Mat Plus, and it is amazing. And I was with them at the session convention. I'd seen the Kickstarter beforehand. They showed it me, and I was like, I need to do an interview with you guys. Everybody needs to know about this. And luckily, they've found some time. It's late at night over in Paris, but they've found some time to sit down with me and chat with me. Guillaume, Johan, how are you guys doing? Are you okay?
Yeah, very fine. Thank you very much. Thanks, Craig, for organizing this meeting. Thank you very much. We appreciate a lot because, as you told, we need to speak to the world.
You do need to speak to the world. Now, we are going to be getting into this, but first of all, everybody knows who Magic Dream are. I'm guessing I've unfortunately never visited your shop, and it's on my bucket list of things to do. I'm guessing we're in the shop right now, either that or you have an incredible collection of playing cards in your house. So I'm guessing we're kind of in the shop right now. Is that right?
No, no, no. This is my private collection, in fact.
Why am I
But
not surprised?
in the shop, you have, I think, maybe 500 references of playing cards. So yes, you can come in the shop and you will be very surprised. It's a very modern shop, and it's like an Apple store, in fact, of magic. So it's very, very nice. You should come, and everybody, of course, are very welcome to come in Paris and visit us at the shop.
And I'm a huge fan of Magic Dream. You guys put out a lot of products, and everything that you put out is well thought out. It's designed to be worked. You don't have a thing, one day you'll put out a coin trick, then you'll be putting out a mentalism trick, then you'll be putting out a utility device. And I could spend an hour or two just chatting to you guys about some of your new releases. The blank mark deck, for example, is something that was just blowing everyone away at the session. It's one of the best things I've seen. But that's going to be a video for another time, because what we're going to do on this video is focus on one thing, which is Mat Plus. Now, this was launched as a Kickstarter, and we'll talk about what it is in a minute, but this was launched as a Kickstarter. And was it funded in like 2 hours or something? Is that right?
Yeah, that's it, more or less,
I've been very lucky.
to an hour and a half, because as you mentioned, we are very famous in France, for example, and around the world, people know our creation. But in France, we have huge followers that we would like to thank you one more time, because in maybe 2 hour and a half, we were funded on Kickstarter. We asked about $20,000 to be funded for this project because it's a very huge one, and we managed, thanks to the community, to achieve this goal. So thanks again. It was really great. It was really crazy. We made a live launch, and it was really, really nice to show this teeny props to the community.
I cannot wait for people to start seeing what this is all about. I was going to ask you the question. I think you kind of answered it there, but I was going to ask you a question. What made you decide to go with Kickstarter on this? Because you bring out so much product. You've never used Kickstarter before that I'm aware of. But all of a sudden this is a Kickstarter product. Was it
Yeah.
because it was such a big undertaking? What was the reason behind that?
Yeah, Craig, as you mentioned before, Magic Dream is launching, let's say, maybe 10 products per year, excepting books in French edition. So, and as you told to the community, to your audience, is that it's not only card trick. Sometimes it's like Infinity Wine, which is really famous now, the wine from water. The Snow Deck, we make coin effect like Follow by Maxence Viré. The very best seller Fragrance with the perfume trick, which
The
travel.
list goes on and on.
So
One of my favorite tricks that
it's,
you developed
yeah,
out
it's a
last year
very,
was,
very lot of
yeah,
different tricks.
yeah.
But for that one, it's the technological one. And I think it's the craziest one since the launch of Magic Dream 25 years ago. Craziest by the time we spent on that, craziest by the money we spent on the project, doing prototyping, developing apps, and so many, many things. So that means now, since 4 years, we are working on this. And the third developer of that, which was mainly the creators, Guillaume Donzo, not my Guillaume just there, but another Guillaume, um, works on that more than 4 years before. So we mixed our skills to create MATT Plus, which is the most advanced thumb tip, plus the complete ecosystem around that. So this is why we choose mainly Kickstarter, because we saw some companies using this, and I think it's time for Magic Dream to spread the word and not staying in France, trying to make people know us and make Magic Dream more and more popular. And this is a really incredible project with technology. So, I mean, Kickstarter is a very good platform to spread the word.
Wow. Yeah, that all makes sense. And in terms of Map Plus, before we talk about exactly what it is, where did this come from? Because obviously you develop a lot of stuff in-house at Magic Dream, but also I know you have lots of artists from all over the world that approach you and ask you to market their products for them. Is this something that was bought to you, or is this something that you were developing
No,
kind of as a project yourselves?
it's a development for the history. We made Guillaume Dozo some years ago.
During the COVID crisis.
Yeah, and he came with the first version of this, and it was not really enough for us to launch the product. And
Yeah.
one day, but he was keeping working about his ideas. And one day he came and he said, "Oh, I can add something to make it vibrate." And we said, "Oh, there is something to do together now,
Yeah.
because if it's vibrates, we can do mentalism effect with it."
And as he was a developer of apps also, so what is great is that he's working on hardware, that means the device, and software, that means the application. And one day we wake up because we were working on color match effects. And one day I got an idea about a color match application, which is really reversed the way of thinking the color matching, and we will speak later about that. So when I contacted back to say, could you develop this app for me? He said, I can do it with this. And I said, really? And that means now we begin to work harder on this project and make it very, very huge, thanks to this meet. You know, sometimes life is only meet people and mix the skills together. And that means now we are very proud of it. It's a very, very crazy idea. And we really want to introduce this to the market as a game changer for mentalism and lighting routine, because it's a mix of everything.
Mm, it really is. And here's the thing, and we're about to start talking about it now because I know people are going to be watching this going, what is it? Tell me. We're about to start talking about it now, but what's really interesting, I don't think I've seen a utility device before that is designed to work for magicians, but also for mentalists. Like, you know, there's a lot of utility devices out there and a lot of thumpers and electronic dice and stuff like that, and color match and so on and so forth. They're really mentalism things. They're really for mentalists, not for magicians. And then you have other things that are for magicians. This does light manipulation better than anything I've ever seen, like bar none, not even close. But then beyond, and you've got so many accessories that we'll talk about and ways to actually use that. But then with the vibrating functionality, it's almost like it's a completely separate product that appeals to mentalists. It's crazy that this one thing You could give it to a mentalist and they could almost do like an entire show with that, a hardcore mentalism act. And then you've got the same thing, and you could give it to a family entertainer. It'll look completely different with magic wands and blah, 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 blah. You give it to a manipulator and they do something completely different with it. But in essence, you're using exactly the same infrastructure. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You know, a lot of people who saw these props say, even if you had sold everything separately, maybe we should have buy everything separately. But this is an all-in-one product, which means we wanted this to be affordable for a lot of people, because we know that it is very useful as a worker, or even like you want only to perform with family friends. So we really want this to be accessible, affordable to people, and this is why we preferred to make an all-in-one product. This is it. And as you mentioned, yes, it is more or less two family of products. That means there are the lighting routines, which is really to the next level, and the mentalism part. We like to introduce this like this, two families of effects.
That makes sense. So let's talk about what it is. Can you
Sure.
break down what this thing does and how it works and what we have? And I'm going to be asking lots of questions as we're going, if that's okay, because
Sure. So first of all, you need to know, they need to know, your audience need to know, the world need to know that basically this is a really teeny remote control. It's a one button remote control. And the idea is so simple. This is why it makes the success. Only one button, nothing more than that. One button that can send the information, receive the information because of the vibration, and the part just there is the lighting part. So that means with only, let's say, 3 square centimeter, you can have this right in your pocket, right palm in your hand, or look at that, just inside a thumb tip.
wow,
And you're ready.
that's amazing.
So, yeah. So this is how we love to introduce this, saying basically, get in mind that this is a remote, the teeniest remote you've seen before, and two family of effect. Most advanced thumb tip, but you can also palm, put inside accessories we will introduce to in minutes, and a lot of things to do. And so, Craig, if you're ready, we can directly show how it works.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I think everybody watching would love to see this.
So basically, when you switch on, you get your device that appear just there. So now you can choose the first application, let's say for the lighting part. And so the highlight routine is the basic of lighting routine, like we know the delight. So just highlight. So now I have a delight, okay, and I can choose the color.
That's phenomenal. Because normally, just to interject there, because normally when you have a color changing thumb tip, you have some sort of device inside the thumb tip and it has 3 buttons, and you've got to press this button or this button or this button, or 2 buttons at the same time, or 3 buttons at the same time. And when you're performing on stage, and I know because Ryland does a light manipulation act, when he's doing that, it can get very confusing, especially if you're using multiple different lights. The fact that you can control it from one button just there is a game changer.
This is something we are going to tell a lot of time during this conversation, Craig. You know, as a performer, you need to simplify your life. So the less stress you have, the better it is. And as you mentioned, Ryland, you're right. If he needs to think about the technical part, he will be a little bit stressed about the presentation or many things. So now you do not have to think about anything. We are full lighting because of the studio, and you can easily see the light. It's a very, very powerful LED. And one thing that is really great is that you can also set up, we can try to make a little zoom. You see the arrow from the bottom to the up. That means you can put an upcoming LED. So that means from
growing light,
yeah,
or degreasing.
and you can
Oh
put the
wow! So you can
degreasing,
very, very slowly.
the
Can you show it on the
variation.
thumb
Yeah,
tip?
Degreasing.
you can put the variation. So now it's decreasing until
Oh,
it's switched off.
And you
and then
can make a flash, and you can choose the color of your flash or the time delay for the flash. Here, 3 seconds.
Oh wow! So if you're doing like one of my favorite routines is by a guy called G, and it's you know, like removing a camera from somebody's at the camera icon from somebody's phone and taking an imaginary photo, and you need a flash, and he
Yeah.
uses FISM flash, but with this you could literally just put a thumb tip on, have the that's sick.
You can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, any color of flash. So this is a really great new thing, in
And
fact.
there is the
And
grizzling
you also have
for the bulb, for example, which we will speak later. You can make the light just grizzling.
Wow.
That
Wow.
said, you need, and everybody needs to know this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because now you know that, you need to know that you can remote pilot your mobile. So for
That was
example,
what I was going to say, because I know there's going to be people that are watching this that are going, well, that's all well and good, but does that mean I need somebody in the wings operating a phone or an iPad while I'm on stage using my lights? And the answer is no. You've thought of this, right, guys? Like this is.
but now look, I'm totally hands-free, and I can control the light of my phone whenever I want. I just press, and you can light it. So that means, for example, of course, you can do a magic trick with that, but you can also make a gag, like a kiss cast wand effect, meaning you give to the little kids your mobile and you say, oh, you will take a picture with my audience. And as soon as you turn your back, the flash is lighting, and you say, no, we are not ready. And so, and you can begin the comedy of that. So it's just an example, because finally, the first utility is to put like this and begin with hands-free, apparently, begins to play with the light.
And you're controlling all of that with one button in that thumb tip, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all synchronized. And the best part, and I know the reaction you get when I show you this, is the organizer. So, Guillaume, you can just click on that.
So the organizer is there, and here you can make your own scenario for your devices. For example, here you have one column by device, and 2 lines for the 2 position, button pressed or not. And
Okay.
here you can make your own scenario for your stage performance. So Johan will show you.
Yeah, I show you an example. I'm just looking for the third one. So let me
And you
switch.
can make as many scenarios as you want, is that right?
Yeah, you can save it, you can modify it, you can duplicate if you want to start from one to do another.
Yeah, let me
There
show
is
you.
many possibilities.
I'm trying with only, let's say, with only 3 of these.
And of course, you can add the light of your phone in the organizer. So you can take the light from the bulb, take it back, put it on the phone, etc., etc.
And I think also, Craig, it's time to show you what we call the ecosystem. The ecosystem of AIM-ATT Plus. Of course, it seems to be a complicated word, but not. That means at the center of the ecosystem, you have the remote. Around that, you have the application we developed. A part of that, you have all the accessories we manufacture to go with it. After that, we can also open our code to people that are already manufacture best-selling apps, very well known. And or we can also make the props that exist already in the market vibrate with our own remote. So this is why we call that a complete ecosystem, because if we manage to deal with people that already develop things or that who want to develop things, it will be a very, very huge utility. So to speak about the accessories, let's say, for example, sometimes we used to buy between $300 and $500 a bulb, which is a specific bulb, but this one is mainly a normal one where we can put inside the MATT plus, and the trick is done. But we could also imagine a magic one inside this one. We can put also the MATT and close the extremity of the wand. So that means we can play with the color going from there to there, thinking of a color, it appears there, thinking of a color, and so on. You can make a really great comedy with people. But
even a coloring book routine, you can take any color in the audience, blue, green, send it.
So let's give you an example. That means I can play with my scenario. I take the light. This one is the master. The other one are only slaves.
Now, just to be clear, what we're saying here is the thumb tip that is on your right thumb right now, that's the master. So that's the only button that you're concerned with.
That's
the
it.
thumb tip that's on your left thumb and the MATT that plus that's inside the bulb, they're not important, because what you're doing right now is you're running the scenario on your phone, and your phone can be off stage or in a case or wherever you want it to be. And when you press the button on the master, it's going down to the next step in the organizer.
Step by step. Yes.
So look at that. 1, 2, and you see that I touch anything, because look at that. 3, 4, 5, I put on the bulb. And I see the scenario. I know it, but I can see also if it's hidden in a little table. And
just to say,
yeah,
you can pause this scenario at any point you want to, because it's not going to go on to the next part until you press that button in that main control. So once that bulb's lit up, you could give that bulb to somebody, and it's not going to do the next thing that's in the scenario until you activate it. This is bloody genius.
So now I am at the beginning of the scenario. I know the next step is switch on. So I'm just doing, and it's switch on. And I can make the, and now it's so hot that it's become red. And I can take it back, play with it, and put it back, change about any color of my choice, do white again, take it back, put it, and switch off, and it does. It works. And I can do it again and again. Or I can also, Craig, I'm not sure I spoke about this before, I can also play it without saying anything, and I can play with it. And it's playing. It's just literally playing. So you can play only with the comedy, like light is everywhere. Okay, because you are speaking about Ryland, this is why I tell you that, because he can only say like the Haunted House or Harry Potter style if you want.
And for training, I put like that. When you are training, here you can see on the application all the step changing, you see? So you can follow step by step for the training.
That's insane.
Yeah. And one thing that people need to know also, and this is very important, is that you can load, so this is in French, but of course it exists in English version. So you can load a lot of scenario in the memory of the phone. So that means, let's say I want only the bulb. Only the bulb is a very simple scenario. That means, let's say I'm just need to have a look on which one is inside. So this one is inside, I put it there. And this one is that one. So this one is only black style, and this one will be light up. So I press, it light. And it, you know, it's so you
in this case, you're only using the thumb tip just as literally remote control to have the bulb come on and off.
This is a loop. This is a loop.
Like a switch.
And this is the remote bulb. So this is my scenario, which is called remote bulb. And I'm just using the bulb in a close-up, for example, close-up performance. I say, okay, so think about that. And it's light. And it's switch off. So
I love the fact that you can have more than one scenario. Like Ryland has like 6 or 7 different light acts that he does at various different situations. The fact that you can have one thumb tip, and when you decide to do, or what, you know, one thing, and you can literally just go, right, okay, I'm going to do this one tonight, click, and then you're good to go, and you can pause it and start it at any point you want to, and you've just got to worry about, it's brilliant. Brilliant.
Something we have added a few days before is the temporization. So that means you can have the bulb, the thumb, your mobile, and everything together. You can take the light and put just like this, and because you can set up everything, delays, switch on, switch off slowly, switch up slowly, and so on.
I have questions. So the first question is there a limit to the amount of matte pluses that you can use? So let's say, for example, I wanted to do a really big stage show and I had 10 bulbs at the back of the stage.
That's
Could
a good question.
could I have multiple devices linked up
Yeah.
so that I can create scenarios? I mean, I imagine that a lot of people wouldn't want to do that, but you know, I could imagine that some people would. Is it
Sure.
possible to have more than?
Yeah, we have tested for 10 and 12. It was working, but we are keeping doing tests.
But
10, 12 works.
telling that, Craig, give me the opportunity to say to everyone that we want this to be very simple. Each apps has only, let's say, 3-4 settings. It's not difficult. So let's do it together. Can you zoom, please, Guillaume? So this is a new scenario. So I'm just writing new one, okay? And so now I need to tell the application how many devices we can use, how many steps we're going to use, and we can add each and every time we can add. So this is the number of steps.
Always per 2 because you press or unpress. There is two positions.
And this is the number of device. And for each one, you're going to say which color
and which type
and
of
so
light.
on.
Got you.
So that means if you have 3, I press, and 3 of them can light together because it's a number of device and a number of step. So you can set up, and that's it. And that's it. In fact, it's not more than that. It's only 3 steps. What is which is who, where, and after that, how many steps and what's the color of each step, each device. It's as simple as that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is. And one thing you will love, or Ryland will love, is that now it's time for our imagination. And I'm sure when we're going to begin to sell it, or after the Kickstarter campaign, maybe we will have so many feedbacks that people will give us some idea. Let's say the balloon holder, for example, the same like McDonald's or whatever. So you can put the device just inside like this. And so now I can use a blank balloon, a white balloon, put it just there. So I haven't switched on, but you can imagine that easily. So now the kids have this on stage, and whenever you want, you can say, this is a lie detector. I'm going to ask you some question, and the balloon will say the truth. So, do you love mom? Brr. Do you love dad? Boom, and so on. And so you can do a lot of things. And at the end, you can also burst it and have like a confabulation inside or whatever. So it's very useful.
Amazing. That's great. That's just brilliant. That's brilliant. Can I very quickly look at that one? Can you show me that one?
Sure.
Because I, as a family entertainer, as somebody who does family shows, I love the sound of that, and I would love to see that in action and working, if that's okay.
So now I'm loading the scenario, which is called Magic One. So I'm just going to try to find this one will be there, this one will be there, and this one will be the remote. So the master. All right. So
Yep.
here we go. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is it. So now this goes inside. Okay. This one goes inside. Oh, Guillaume, do you want to switch off the light? Okay. So it will be better for everyone to see that. So now, let's say we are going to begin there. So this is in my thumb, and I'm asking the little guys to take the wand like this, and I say, think about the red, and this is this one which light on. So I can turn it here and say, okay, but no, think there and think there. And so each and every time you make like a comedy,
that's great.
or you can just take it, put it there, and so on and so on and so on. So now you can see so we are full lighting, but you can even switch off this one because of the computer. So now you can really see what's happening.
Wow.
It's green and so on. So
like you said earlier, you can do a coloring routine as well. You can grab colors off the kids in the air, and wow, that's phenomenal. That's amazing.
As Guillaume said, something we love to do is that, let's imagine you just making a coloring book to the next level. So that means everyone catch a color. Who has the red? So yes, the red. You do that, and the red appear, and you drop to the coloring book. Who has the pink? Nothing. You touch the little kid's hand, and you get the pink color, and you drop to the coloring book, and so on. So it's really, really great.
That's so good, so magical. I mean, the applications there are just crazy. And I love how you've got so many different devices and so many different like, you know, accessories that you can use it for. You've really thought this through. That's just brilliant. I mean, I said earlier, that's a game changer. And honestly, if that was just all it did, it would be amazing. It would be the best light manipulation utility device of all time. But
it's not finished.
It's not. You're not even scratching the surface at this point, are you? Because now the mentalists that are watching this are now gonna just have their mind blown as well, because the applications that this has for mentalism is insane.
So we know at Magic Dream that we love Mentalism because of our latest release years before. So we love Mentalism both. So it's a lot of idea that came. And first of all, something very interesting is about calculation, because calculation has always fascinated people. So we have an app which is called Instant Result that will give you the result by vibrating in your thumb. Let me explain. I'm just going to do this, and you can set up at the very beginning. It's a calculator which looks like that, but you can also set up all the color like this. Let me show you. Let me show you like this. It's better. Yeah, this is it. Up. So now I have setting like an iPhone calculator.
Oh yeah, that's identical.
So he's going to make a calculation on that. No matter if I can see it, because I just want to explain. So now he pressed the equal button, I feel a vibration. And now if I make a long press, I don't know if we can hear that, I get a 4. That means there are 4 digits number in the result. So now if I press again, I will get 8 vibration. Or I can have a long one and 3 short if I want to setting like this. Another 8 vibration. And let's say if I have any doubt, I press again a long press, and I got the same result to confirm that this is an 8,000 like this. Wow. So now I will get a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and press again, I will get a 5. So I get the result one by one. If I press again, nothing, that means the number is completely ended. So it's very crazy, because just by saying, okay, think about the number, you can press the button wherever it is, or think about the number, and you get the vibration that are coming. It's very, very easy. And when we were speaking to you about the accessorize, we are also developing a little caps for a big marker, and the MATT Plus will go inside the cap, and the cap will be fixed just there. So that means you can have the marker just like this, and you can feel the vibration and write the result on a big paper board. So this is a game changer, because it's natural to have a marker when you are mentalist.
Yeah, that's great.
And as Johan was saying at the beginning, you can have the device at the palm.
Yes, for people who don't
for
like
fun,
who doesn't like.
And this is a prototype, so it's a black. It's not tape. It's a special plastic to protect. And we are looking for having some skin color for this.
In order you can pile like a little bit like a Sanada gimmick, you know, you understand, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like a Sanada, you can palm, you can have it in your pocket very naturally, or you can have in a device like big markers.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
For people who like the toxic tricks,
Yeah.
this is a game changer because now you can force also a result. So let's say with the first equal, I'm just feeling a vibration. The second, I'm just feeling a vibration. But the third one, I'm going to force 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's try.
Okay.
Okay, go. So I put this equal.
So I'm feeling the first vibration.
And what is good is that you receive all the vibration when the spectator press equal. Because sometimes they press equal, whereas you didn't say anything. So second time, equal. And the third time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it could be the date of today, it could be whatever. You can force anything. And now you can press and say to the app, let's go for the second number I want to force, and so on.
Wow.
This was for the calculator. Let's go for the PK touch with your permission, Craig.
Oh my God, please do this.
So this is one of my favorites. PK touch is really something that Mentalism love, of course. And now you can imagine you have 2 of these because, as we told, you can buy 1, you can buy 2, you can buy 3, depends of your choice. Imagine you have 2 of these. Let's say that ones make that one vibrate and that one make that one vibrate. So first, you can just have a stooge and it's okay. But for PK touch, you can imagine you will scratch just behind the back to a spectator with double faces tape or on the chair. We know that it exists chairs very expensive in the market, but with that, you can just put inside the jacket and put the jacket on the chair, and you put this on the chair like this, so the spectator will feel the vibration, and with the dual reality, you can do both. Or one more time, you can put inside the cap, this is like this, and the blindfold lady will say, did you feel something? Raise your hand. She will. How many times? She will write 3 times, for example. But she's only feeling the vibration. So it's really a PK touch to the next level because considering you can have 3 or 4, you can have 2 or 3, that means a short press can make the left one vibrate, a long press can make the right one vibrate. Long, right, short, left. So you can make both. I touch her, he's moving. I touch him, she's moving. I do both, short, long, both raise their hands. So it's really crazy.
That's mad. That's absolutely crazy. And having that device in a pen as well. I mean, the applications for instant stooging as well. Like being able to instant stooge somebody on the spot in the middle of a performance.
And you know there are expensive blindfold also that can vibrate. So that means you can now also hide this at the behind of the head, just there. And he will also feel the vibration and you can perform the dual reality also. So this is why people told us that only if it deserves one by one app, it could deserve the price because you can do so many things compared to what exists to the market that it's a lot.
It's true. I mean, I've got a set of Mentalism chairs and they're amazing, but it cost me a fortune. I've got friends that have got the Mentalism blindfolds and it's a fortune. The fact that you can do that with this device and in a normal blindfold or just attack, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And you know when you do that, Craig?
Yeah.
So now you can do that, but like this, 1, 2, 3, and you press 1, 2, 3, and it's vibrate 3 times there. So it makes sense.
It's very annoying that you've got to palm a remote control, but with this, there's no palming. It's in the thumb tip. That's just, yeah. Oh my God, that's great.
So
The last effect. Well,
Yeah.
not the last, but
the last family effect
family, yeah.
for the moment. We developed a lot of applications which are called open blah blah blah. So that means open color match, open watch, open list,
Dice
open dice, and so on. What is it? Open, like you want to have a free conversation with the spectator. So let's say now imagine a 4-color pen. You have a 4-color pen, which is totally normal. It's a normal one. There are no electronic inside. It's a really that you can borrow from the audience, okay? So now you're going to draw, let's say, a little house. Okay, so I'm just going to put there in order you to understand. And so the spectator is going to freely color the house. So that means it's not like other color match when you say, oh, can you color the ceiling? Can you color the door? With that one, could you color the window? Now, the spectator is doing whatever he wants. That's the most important part. So please, Guillaume.
Okay.
So the spectator is coloring whatever he wants. This is in my pocket. And just by seeing what he's doing, I'm just colorizing my house just by clicking. So let's go for the wall.
For example,
Yeah. So you can use the same color, which is,
or not.
yeah, if you want, or yeah. So let's go for the red one. So it's a French alphabetical order, but you can set up your own order. So I'm just, this is in my pocket one more time. So now he's trying with another color for the window, and I'm just click 1, 2, 3, 4 for green, which is vert in French. And finally, he will color the door for the black one, and this is it. So now, if I click one more time, everything is going to be closed, and in the gallery, I will have exactly the little house. So this is the last picture of the gallery just there.
Oh my God, that's stupidly good.
but more than that, we are very proud because our developer, Guillaume Donzo, managed, and this is crazy, managed to put this draw where you want in the gallery.
At the date you want.
Date and time. So let me explain something. Imagine that we are going to launch something which is called Open Birthday. That means, what's your birth date, Craig?
April the 12th.
April the 12th?
Yeah.
I'm just doing 4 like April. I'm just doing 1 and 2 for 12. And so now I have a dozen of pictures of me in my birthday going to the April 12. And I say, you won't believe me. We were born at the same date. Sorry, I don't have my ID, but my passport, but you can go in my phone. And last year, on the April 12th, you will see me with all my family, and this was my birthday. So first, we have a bunch of pictures that goes to the same date of the spectator birthday. So now, I'm going to tell you, Craig, do you remember your best present? I remember for life because my kids offer me a little draw. It was a small house, and we are going to do this like a small house, and you are going to color it. So you do exactly the same experience that Guillaume just did with us. And so now you are just going to set up the little house. And when you finished, you say, oh, remember all the picture of my birthday. Take the one where I'm blowing the candle, and just behind my back on the wall, I just stick the draw of my little kids, and you zoom, and this is exactly the house that you just drew. This is my experiment.
Piss off. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's the best walk around close up mentalism effect you could do.
This is why we you know, Craig, we do not have the pretension of saying forget all the color match and this is the best one. No, this is just a different thing. And this is why this is for me a game changer, because if tomorrow we can print it, We can predict in an email or whatever, an MMS or whatever, on WhatsApp or whatever. It could be something crazy. This is something crazy, but I think we can go step further again and again and again.
That's insane.
And now we know that this is open something. That means open dice will allow you to set up a throw of 3 dice. The blue one, 1, 2, 3, the red one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the white one, 1, 2. And you will have a picture with 3 dice. And this is exactly what they wanted. Imagine open watch. That means now you can set up the hour and the minutes like frozen in time effect, but with and you will have a picture in your gallery at the date and time you want. And when you will zoom on the hand, you will see the time on the watch.
Wow.
So
That's ridiculous.
that means we can set up any picture, but more than that, as I told you before, if we manage to sign contract with existing props, let's say, I don't know, the Pixsmith things, the Pro Mystic things, or whatever, their props can vibrate in hours, or our prop maybe can set up their watch or else.
Any tool.
So now everything is open. That means in Blackpool, maybe we will meet them, showing them this, and maybe sign something with them or speak with them that the more application and the more props we will get in the ecosystem, the crazier it can become.
That's insane. That's insane.
And I haven't spoke about the open list. Open list is really crazy. It's not already developed, but this is an idea we got. That means imagine, Craig, you can set up any list of any number of line, one number, one word or one object, revelation of one picture of one YouTube link, whatever, music, whatever you want. So let's imagine a big list. The spectator choose one list and you just set up the number and you have a YouTube link that is open on your mobile.
That's insane.
So it's unlimited, in fact, because we thought about Magic Square, we thought about a revelation on a phone number. It's unlimited.
That's just incredible. And like the fact that you've got other people that you can connect this to so that they can share ideas. You know, it's a bit of a cliche, but we really are scratching the surface, aren't we? This is the tip of a giant iceberg. There is so much more that you guys are going to be able to do with this. I mean, wow.
It's a Swiss Army knife. You can choose whatever you want. So if you are magician, you want lighting. If you are a comedian, you want to perform with light or whatever, make gags and so on. Or if you are a mentalist, you can perform
only mentalist.
Only mentalist if you want. And about the package, what is important to know is that we want this to be affordable, like I told, but we also want people to choose what they want. Let me explain. If they want only one, it's good enough. They will make a light with their phone, they will have the calculation vibrate, and so on.
How much?
If they have two, they can do the vibrato, so that means the instant stooge or PK touch routine. If they have three, and or with one accessory, they can do a lot of lighting routine effect with the organizer and so on. They can take a PK touch to the next level by this one vibrating that one or that one. So they are going to choose the number of devices, the apps they want to buy or play with, and the accessories they want to buy or play with. So they choose what they want, beginning from $350. On Kickstarter, it's only $250 for one, and they can choose to build their own package. This is what we wanted. There are 4 routines included at the very beginning. We just unlocked the 30,000 euro dollar. So that means now there are one more app. This is unlock and free. We are near the 50,000 euros. So another app will be unlocked and free for every backers on Kickstarters. And if we manage to achieve other goals, we will put a free application during 1 year for everyone. So this is what we try to do now. We need people to know that it exists, and you trust in us because we are 25 years existing company. We are a real shop. This is real material. This is the prototypes there. They work. They are ready. So and now
we get funded. So
yeah,
we will go till the end.
Nothing can stop the project. Yeah. Now we know that we are going to the end. So we know that we will go to something really crazy and to spread the word with that, because Blackpool will be the very first convention where we show it clearly. In Vegas, we show it to some people, and also David Copperfield and Chris Kenner saw it and said, wow, that's crazy. And so I think now we're going to show this very clearly on the booth, because now we know that it's been funded. So let's go.
So how long is the Kickstarter running till?
It will finish just after Blackpool.
Yeah, on the 20th of February. So now it's only less than a month to back on Kickstarter with a special price.
And we are planning to ship by the end of April.
Yeah.
That quickly? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, because now we know this is funded, so that means we begin the manufacturing. So it's not a problem for us now to manufacture, as we know people love this. So there are a very good answer from the market, from the industry. So mainly in France, because, but now if we manage to spread each country with that, knowing this is a crazy props that arriving on the industry on the market, I think it's promise long-term life to these little props.
Yeah, and we are working with this prototype since more than 6 months, and we had no problem. So this is the reason we are not worried about producing.
Confident. Yeah,
we know that the most part of the work will be on the apps now.
Yeah,
that's
but
incredible.
95% of what we have shown you is finished, is ready.
And I know that sometimes you put your products through Murphy's. I'm guessing this is going to be something that the only place you can get it from is Magic Dream, right? For the foreseeable future, if not forever.
Yeah, you know why? Because for the first months, we want feedbacks. We want to know people, and we want to have a very good relationship. And something that is very important, thank you for giving me the opportunity of thinking about that. We know the market. We know a lot of applications, and as we know customers that complained about this or that, we decided something which is very, very important. For the first 6 months, we are going to plan a Zoom meeting twice a month to help people to set up everything. So that means, let's say, every Monday or 2 Mondays a month at 3 p.m. Paris time, we will be there. A member of our staff, we are 7 people working at Magic Dream now, a member of our staff will be there to answer questions and help to set up everything with people. And that's a game changer, because there are so many apps that is very difficult to set up, or only one language or whatever. So now we decided to take this and fight against people that buy something that they cannot use. We want people to use it, so we need to help people to set up everything, share with them new ideas, and so on. So every Zoom will be recorded and will be freely put on, let's say, a private Facebook page, in order to have like an FAQ, part. So this is something important, I think.
Yeah, it really is. And I know I've known you guys long enough to know that your customer service and how you look after your customers is paramount to you. It's so important that the reputation that Magic Dream has worked so hard to get over the last 25 years remains at that highest level.
You know, physical shop today is not so frequent. So we have a physical shop in Paris. Everybody can find us and speak with us and find solution. So it's important for us to get a very good relationship with people. And so this is why we really want to put this strategy active for everyone.
That's great, because I've spoken to people in the past, and people that have said to me, you know, oh, I don't really do anything with apps because I'm worried that they're going to switch them off and I'm not going to be able to use them. I know that won't be the case with you guys. I know that you will always, I know how important this product is to the infrastructure of your company as well.
Yeah, what is important to say is that Guillaume Dozo, the third co-creator, is the
Business partner.
He's in the business. He's not just someone we paid just to develop. He's part of the business. So that ensures that we will follow all the updates, everything. And as he's part of the business, he's motivated to follow it. You see?
Yes, this is the first time we make a deal like this one, meaning it's not royalties, it's not we buy rights, it's not we pay someone to develop. That means we choose a real strategy to ensure people that we will follow with updates and fix problems if they happen or whatever. So we deal something with Guillaume Donzo that he's now part of the business, part of our creations.
That's amazing. That's great. Wow. And I can
That's
just
a lot.
imagine how much more time. Genuinely, my mind is blown. I mean, we sat down at the session and we talked about this, and you blew my mind at the session. But you've gone through even more detail now. You've gone through even more, just listening to what you have planned, and you know that this is literally just the Kickstarter, and just releasing the product is the start. There's going to be a lot more to come with this, not just from you, but from other companies that are going to be jumping on board with the infrastructure. It's amazing. It really is. It's phenomenal. I wouldn't have thought something like this could be done. So it's just ridiculous. And
so there are a lot of small. If you share the link for the Kickstarter campaign, and thank you for that one more time, you will see that on the Kickstarter page we put a lot of mini video, of small short video, to introduce each and every app already developed as we show it, but a very quick video, very short video to help people to see what apps does what. So it's already developed on iPhone and iPad. So the Android for the moment is not developed. We are not sure we're going to do this because the developer creates something from the iPhone 6. So that means if you have iOS 15.5 plus, it works. So iPhone 6 and 7 cost less than 100 or 150 euros. So that means even if you buy it and you dedicate the iPhone only for that, it's quite good enough to begin with this. So I think the iOS development is really good for our project and our strategy.
no, I completely agree. That's amazing. And I can't reiterate enough, just in case you guys have missed this that are watching this, the price is ridiculously cheap at the moment on Kickstarter. But if you miss that, the price when it's officially released in April will go up. You're getting, by backing the Kickstarter, you're getting an incredible price.
So let's imagine, Craig, how much did you spend on the color match effect? Let's say between 300 to 600 or 700. Okay, to a special marker. So now you can have a normal one or imagination one. No for color pen in your mind only. So this is it. How much you spend on the blindfold or the chair for PK Touch? I think 1,000 or 1,500, maybe more. And now you can do something about like similar effect. So, and how much for a watch, a special watch that gives you the time and so on. So now you can predict a time on a picture, and this is really a good experiment. I'm not sure, but I think in the spectator mind, it's nearly the same. So, and this is it.
I agree. And also, like, Ryland's Harry Potter Act uses 6 Pro Light 3s. They're like £90 for a pair. I spent almost £300 just on doing that sequence in his Harry Potter act. Like the fact that you can just do, oh, it's ridiculous. It's not expensive when you consider everything that you're getting and how much it does. And I love the fact that you can have it with you. You could take it out and do close up. You could do a family show. You could do a stage show, all with this one thing. You can do mentalism. You can do. I don't think anybody who's heard of this, I don't think they realize how much this does. It's
Yeah,
incredible. Incredible.
it is. And we also are working on the shortcut. So that means it will be a little
It's not
surprise.
official yet.
It's not official yet, but maybe you can try to use it as a normal remote for a lot of things that is shortcutting on the iOS style app.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And like I said, we haven't even scratched the surface on everything else. This is just one aspect of what Magic Dream's coming out with. I mean, you have so many other products that are coming out constantly. You know, we're doing another interview before Blackpool where we're going to be talking about other things that you've got coming up. I don't want to talk about that right now, but I mean, look out for that. But the Map Plus is going to be at Blackpool, right? So if people still aren't sure after watching this video, and if you're not, I don't know why, because you guys have been so honest about what this is and very upfront. But you are going to be at Blackpool with the product. You will happily demonstrate it to anybody. But the Kickstarter ends pretty much after Blackpool, so you'll have to be quick.
And one more thing, Craig, that I really often tell you when you show me, I'm lucky enough because you show me your next props to come, any products, any producer you show us, and thank you very much for your trust. Something I really often tell you is that it works not because of the secret. It works because you are a worker. This is something I very often tell in my lecture, not how it works, but why. It works because of the convincer, of this, and everything you manage to create that because you are a worker. And this has been created by people that love magic, but also that perform. And this is why we want it to be simple to understand, very quick to setting, easy. So this is why it works. We show it. So we do not have any doubt of the functionality, only 3 or 4 things to set up before and it works, or setting directly with the temp and it works. So it works because during months we try and we perform with that. Exactly the same when you show me this will be launched in 8 months, but you still work with that. You already work with that because you want this to be perfect when you will sell in the market. And this is what we did with that.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about this is you're right. Workers, it's a no-brainer. Anybody who makes money doing magic should buy this immediately. But this is also the sort of thing that if you're somebody who performs socially, you're a hobbyist, you're somebody who has no intention of gigging professionally, this is still something you can do and do really, really well. And oh yeah, this is
For me today, you know, Craig, having your iPhone in your pocket is not having an accessory. It's part of you. Everybody have it. So now you only have to carry this and you're ready to perform a lot of things. So just by speaking, even you don't have pen, you have imagination. Imagine pen, 4-color 1, or imagine 4 pen, and so on, or the calculation, and so on. So that means you just have to carry this and you're ready to perform around the table, at the cafe, or whatever. So this is what you have to carry, your pocket with your phone, but it's normal. So this is the only thing you have to carry to make miracle with this teeny remote. And this is it.
wow. And I'm going to be doing a couple of videos on this. I'm going to be doing a video very soon with Ryland. He's been out testing this. He's been in the real world actually using this. And so we're going to give it a first look. We're going to actually do some performances with it. And then obviously we're going to do a full review when it comes out in April. But I genuinely, you know, I've got a reputation for saying what I think, and I think this is one of the most exciting things that I've ever seen hit the community for both mentalists and magicians. I think this is probably the most exciting Kickstarter that I've ever seen, and there's so many Kickstarters coming out. I think this is the most exciting one I've ever seen, and this is the bit where I do videos like this where I wish people success and I say, hey, I hope it goes well for you. I know this is going to go well. I mean, hell, it has gone well. If not a single person buys it again, you were funded in 2 hours. You've hit almost every goal after like a few days. It's already successful.
Yeah.
It can only get even more successful. And I think you're right. You have a very big following in France, rightfully so. But outside of France, you know, maybe a few people aren't aware of what this is. And I hope by watching this video, they realize just what you guys have developed and just what we've got on our hands here. It's incredible. It's incredible. Seriously, it's
Thank you very
incredible.
much.
It really is. Wow. I'm blown away. I really am.
Thank you, Greg.
Amazing. Amazing.
And we just improved the Bluetooth connection also. We are now on Bluetooth 5.0. So for people, maybe it means nothing, but for us, it means we get the prototype with Bluetooth 4. Maybe this is the one you got. And so now you will receive in April when we deliver it, we will have a better Bluetooth connection. So that means better distance and so on. So it will be really great.
Wow. 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 So I'm going to put a link in the description down below. You can see that link right there. That is a link to the Kickstarter page. This is not FOMO. This is not fear of missing out. This is not sales talk. This is not hyperbole. This is me saying to you that the Kickstarter is ending just after Blackpool, at which point the price will go up and you won't be able to get it until April. And that's assuming that stock doesn't sell out, which I'm very thinking it will do. So, you know, if you're meant, what are you waiting for? Like, I don't understand why anybody wouldn't jump on this. Like, this is a family entertainer, check. Social magician, check. Amateur, hobbyist, stage magician, close-up magician, mentalist. I think the only reason that people wouldn't get this is because they don't, maybe they're overwhelmed. There's too much. There's so much that they're like, oh my God, I don't understand what this does. But having now seen it, and you've explained it, it's so simple to use, and that simplicity, I think, is the thing that really is going to make people go, actually, yeah, this is great.
For us, it was the most difficult part, recording a trailer saying, look at that, guys. He's doing this, this. And as you say in the very first minute of this interview, how did you match the color lighting routine and the effect of mentalism? And this was for us the most difficult thing, saying, please take your time, have a look on that. Okay, a trailer is only 3 minutes, but have a look on all the video. And now, thank you very much, Craig, for receiving us and letting us the opportunity and the time to express all the things that are inside these 3 square centimeter on-terra thumb tip, the powerful Tiny remote. We need time to speak about that, and thank you very much for having us, receiving us today.
Well, thank you guys for jumping on Magic TV. I really appreciate it. I wanted you on here. I wanted people to hear from you. As soon as I saw this, I knew that this is something that people need to hear about. As I say, I'm backing this all the way. I'm going to be doing numerous videos on this. I think this is absolutely phenomenal. And I think that this is really just something I just can't. The only word I can come up with again and again is incredible. It's amazing. It really is. I want everybody that's watching this video to do 2 things for me. First of all, leave a comment down below. Let everybody know, you know, let the guys know at Magic Dream what you thought. And then go and visit the Kickstarter. Go and look at everything. Go and poke around on there and back it. And if you don't back it and you go into Blackpool, go over to the stand, and that will push you over the edge because they're going to have it on the stand at Blackpool as well. But please, please, please don't miss out, because if you do, you're going to kick yourself. I guarantee you are. Yeah, simple as that. This is great. So thank you so much. I know you've stayed up very late to do this for me, and I really appreciate it. I know how busy you are. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to see. I think it'll be Blackpool next, although we will be speaking before Blackpool because there's a hell of a lot of other stuff that we're going to be talking about. That beyond this, I mean, you know, releasing this hasn't slowed you down in other areas of product development. You're smashing them out the park. I mean, I think people said that you had the trick of the session convention with the blank deck thing. And I don't want to say too much about that. We can do a video on that. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, Magic Dream are flying high, and I know you've been very big in America, in France, and I just think you're on the the edge of blowing up across the whole of the globe. And
Thank you very much,
Oh,
Craig.
we hope. Thank you.
congratulations, congratulations on your success. I really mean it. Congratulations.
Thanks, everyone, and see you in Blackpool. Thank you for watching to the end. Thanks very much. See you.
Thank you, Craig. Bye-bye.
On behalf of Magic Dream, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I will be back next Sunday with a normal review show special. Look out for a first look from me and Ryland on Map Plus, and I will see you again. Don't forget to back the Kickstarter. I'll see you soon. I'm Craig. This is Magic Dream, and this was Magic TV.